Hmm. Batman versus Goku, the contingency plan. Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting, Renzo gang. We're gonna dive right on into this. I ain't finna waste no time. Let's get it.
This file should only be opened if Son Goku stops being an ally. The first answer is the most honest one. I would not defeat Goku in a fair fight.
Of course
If
you
I
wouldn't.
entered an open field without preparation, without information, and without control of the environment, the fight would be over before my first move. Goku is faster than any human can follow,
Mm-hmm.
stronger than any ordinary armor could withstand,
Mm-hmm.
and when he raises his own power, the distance between us stops being physical. It becomes a difference in scale.
And to be honest
I
with
have
you,
faced gods, aliens, monsters.
even though you've beaten Superman, Batman, I'ma just say this. Superman doesn't have limits. Goku has limits. If you figure out Goku's limits, you can possibly beat him. All you gotta do is just pretty much just show Goku a shot needle and that's it. It's gonna be harder to beat Goku because Goku's very unpredictable sometimes. And like his fighting IQ is immaculate.
Machines, and men who believed they were invincible. But Goku is not only powerful, he is simple, and that makes him dangerous in a different way.
Oh yeah,
He does
definitely.
not fight for domination. He does not fight out of cruelty. He does not fight to prove superiority over the weak. He fights because he loves combat. To him, a battle is a test, a way to understand his own limit, a chance to evolve. Goku wants to face someone strong,
Mm-hmm.
feel the pressure, break through
And
barriers,
you ain't
and
it.
come out better on the other side. That is the difference between him and almost every enemy I have ever faced. Most powerful men want to control the world. Goku wants to surpass himself. And that is why my contingency plan does not begin with strength. It begins with behavior. The first
Mm-hmm.
phase would be observation. I would not study only his attacks. That would be useless. It does not matter how many times I watch a man vanish at superhuman speed if I try to react after he has already moved. I would study what happens before, the way he plants his feet before advancing, the instant his breathing changes before his ki rises, the relaxation in his shoulders when he is enjoying himself, the more serious look in his eyes when he realizes an innocent person may be at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Most people would see Goku as an impossible force. I would see patterns, and patterns can be used, not to surpass him, to delay him. Against Goku, 1 second is a victory, half a second is an opportunity, a hesitation is an opening. But that opening would not come from fear. Goku is not controlled by fear. It would come from choice. The second phase would be the battlefield. Never in Gotham, never in a real city, never in a place where civilians could be hit, and never in an open field. I would choose an isolated underground arena, built like a false city.
Oh yeah,
Empty
definitely.
buildings, artificial streets, moving tunnels,
Mm-hmm.
impact
That's
platforms,
perfect.
reinforced doors, variable gravity chambers, disposable drones, thermal sensors, projections of human presence, not to deceive Goku forever, only to make him hold back. Goku could pass through walls. He
Mm-hmm.
could destroy an entire structure. He could reach me in an instant, but he would not do it if he believed someone could be hurt. That is the point. I do not need to stop Goku from using full power. I need to make him choose not to use it. That is the only realistic way to turn an impossible fight into a possible contingency. When he entered the arena, he would see a human opponent standing before him. He would feel the difference in power immediately. He would realize that I am not an equivalent physical threat, and that is also part of the plan.
Yeah.
Goku does not finish a fight in the first second when he believes there is something to learn. He tests, he measures,
Mm-hmm.
he observes, he gives space. I need that space. He would advance first. I would not try to block him head on. I would not try to trade blows. I would not try to prove courage through stupidity. I would retreat to the exact point that had already been prepared. The arena would begin to learn. Every step he took would be recorded. Every movement would leave a line of prediction. Every pulse of energy would feed the system. The walls would not try to trap him. They would only change position before his next movement. The floor would not
Yeah, I
try
can
to
see
knock him
that.
down. It would only tilt just enough to break his rhythm. The drones would not try to hurt him. They would only cross his line of sight at the right moment. Small interferences, nothing capable of defeating Goku, but enough to prevent the fight from becoming pure instinct. Because Goku is most dangerous when he finds rhythm.
Yeah,
When he
he
stops
definitely
thinking, his
is.
body takes over. My objective would be to prevent that state. He wants a fight. I give him a problem. He
But which Goku are we getting though? Which post Goku are we getting? That's the question.
wants to test strength. I change the rule. He wants to discover his own limit. I show him the limit of the situation. The third phase would be moral containment. Every time Goku increases his power, the arena responds. Lights fail. Simulated structures tremble. Civilian silhouettes appear behind barriers. Safety routes close. The environment begins to respond as if every increase in energy puts lives at risk. Not real lives, never real lives, but enough signals to activate his instinct. Goku reduces his strength, and the moment he reduces his strength, he stops fighting on his own field. He enters mine. The fight, then, stops being about who hits harder.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes about who can better control his own nature. Goku could end me, but to end it quickly, he would have to ignore the scenario. He would have to accept the risk. He would have to act like someone he is not. The fourth
Mm-hmm.
phase would be psychological. I would not try to insult him. That would be useless. I would not threaten his family. That would be dangerous and unnecessary.
And
I
on
would
top of that, his family would destroy you, actually.
do something simpler. I would tell the truth, that he enjoys the fight. That part of him wants to continue, even when the safest solution is to stop. That sometimes he confuses winning with evolving, and that on that field, every second of combat proves he is still choosing the battle. Not protection. That would not make him a villain, but it would force him to think, and a thinking Goku is different from a flowing Goku. That is the most important moment of the plan. Not the strike, not the armor, not the technology, the choice. The arena would begin to close his options. If he increases his power,
It would have been better if
visual
it was
risk
Batman
grows.
versus Goku
If he
Black.
reduces his power, I gain time. If he tries to reach me, the path changes. If he stops to protect the simulated civilians, the fight loses its meaning. And then he understands. The arena was never a prison. It was a mirror. It was built to show him that the only way to win quickly would be to accept the wrong kind of victory. Goku could go through
Mm.
everything. He could break through every wall. He could destroy every obstacle.
Sure
He could
can.
reach me before I finished my next sentence. But if he
Mm-hmm.
did that, he would prove that winning was more important than protecting.
Yep.
And that is not Goku. That is the final
And that's
condition of
very
the plan.
smart on your part,
Not
to be
defeating
honest
him
with you.
physically, not erasing him, not breaking him, making him stop. He would stand before me with enough power to end everything and realize that the fight had already been decided. Not because I was stronger, not because I was faster, but because I chose a battlefield where full power was the wrong answer. Goku would understand. Maybe he would smile. Maybe he would lower his fists. Maybe he would recognize that, in that scenario, continuing to fight would mean losing, and that would be the end. Not a victory by knockout, a victory by contingency. That is the only plan that makes sense against someone like Goku. I would not defeat the warrior by facing his power. I would win by placing the warrior before the only thing stronger than his desire to fight, his heart. Because against Goku, defeating him does not mean making him fall. It means making him choose not to fight.
Hmm. That was pretty good. I wasn't expecting Batman and Goku for a contingency plan. I wasn't definitely not expecting that. Um, I want to see a little more, you know, without Batman. But as for the time being, I do like seeing the Batman contingency plans because honestly, let's be real. Batman's contingency plans really have been saving him, you know, with other, you know, characters that he's faced in here. I mean, who else could you, you know, I mean, who else is perfect for stuff like this? Like my thing is, and they're so comic based accurate. That's what makes this so good and makes Batman so unique in these. That's what I like doing these. And most of you guys like these, so I'm gonna continue to keep doing these. So you're welcome. Post comments down below. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn that post notification bell so you be first to get your videos. And yeah, Renzo gang, I'll see y'all next time.